Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back to the Science and Community stage. If you've not been here already, this is a space to showcase the amazing talent and knowledge and abilities of the fandom community. And next, we've got an extra treat for you. We have our very own Singing Vulcan. Brian is going to come on and share some beautiful songs with you. She started this journey about 11 years ago, looking to see if you can find inner peace through Vulcan meditation and singing and songwriting. You'll have a chance to hear some of the compositions and hear about how they've been created and a little bit about how they're performed. There will be hopefully a chance for some questions at the end as well. So what I need from you is lots of love and enthusiasm. Please give a fantastic and inappropriately emotional welcome for Brian the Singing Vulcan.
Greetings everyone, I am extremely honoured to be here with you today, and a big thanks to Jamie and the amazing organisation team to this event, to all of you. I want also to extend gratitude to Mark Gardner. Without him I would not be here today because he designed the Vulcan language. And I will start with a mantra, a quote from Seurat, that today I will dedicate to Leonard Nimoy. He was the first actor to voice it on the big screen at the end of the film that we voted yesterday as the best Star Trek film, The Wrath of Khan. So this beautiful quote from Seurat is, "The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one." I wish now to introduce to you this musical instrument, which in Vulcan is called Kafaira, Vulcan harp, and was turned into a beautiful application for iPad. Unfortunately, it got discontinued, so if you experience very short silences while I sing, I will go on singing until it restarts. Hopefully it will not happen. So let's dive into this project of the history of Vulcan music. So indeed, I studied it 11 years ago, shortly after I wrote my first song in Vulcan for the website corsaya.org, entirely dedicated to preservation of Vulcan culture and language. I believe it came to life shortly after the reboot movie, and when the Vulcan community on Earth was a bit worried about the fate of Vulcan culture in Star Trek. So we started to gather Vulcan knowledge and culture in that sense. Shortly after, I came across another website called kirshara.com by Sejan Tegai, who is still in process of writing nothing less than the works of Seurat, the Analects of Seurat, in both Vulcan and English. So I thought it would be very interesting and logical to have one song written for each part of the Analects. So far we have 10 parts. Obviously I will not sing all the 10 songs today, just exemplify some of them. So the first song I will sing, before I want to read a little bit of something I wrote to introduce this project. Obviously, when I was thinking of Vulcan music, I could not think of a type of music that was designed to express emotions, more like a music that has a precise function, and that can also describe and illustrate the journey of a people that understood that the key to peace in our world is inner peace, and music can be indeed a great tool to gain inner peace. So this is a short text I wrote to introduce the project, and I wrote it as my Vulcan self, as Cyprian, researching about Vulcan music. Music has been used so many times in our history as a tool for spirituality, healing, war, peace, wisdom, meditation, logic. Now I wish to use it not only as a tool of memory and preservation, but also as a source of inspiration to build our future. So the first song I will sing is called Ikushijao Etek Salan, which means Now We Shape the Wind. It is dedicated indeed to a Vulcan journey, and it exemplifies three musical styles, because indeed I went further and not only wrote one song per part of the Kirshara, but I also designed a musical style, or more than one, for each song, with of course its function and daily application. So this song exemplifies three of them, three musical styles. The first is called Jit Rarashtanaf, the music of the words. It was created by Priestas in pre-Surak era, and instead of reading the words, reading the scriptures, she was singing them, but not in a way that she would work on writing the music before. More like allowing the flow of music to really inhabit her, which can be still quite of a mystery for scientists. But from the scientific point of view, when you sing instead of speaking, you enhance the vibration, the frequency of the words and its energy, and that is the point of this musical style. The second musical style she was using is called Chetar Rarash, the rising sound, which can make us sing only as maybe like the Kundalini energy rising. Its concept is to allow the energy to rise, allow the frequency to rise. So it was using as a healing tool, and of course now scientists are really interested in studying frequencies and the impacts they can have on our health, on our brain, and on our body. The concept of this music is singing a mantra or a part of a song in a tonality, and then rising tonality each time, each step of the song. It's obviously used very often for meditation. I will use with that song what I call the logical scale, which is really the regular rising of one tone for each part. And the third musical style is Urarar Vaglar, the story sung, and of course it was designed to sing the bravery of the heroes, to motivate the warriors on the battlefield. And after Surak, it was obviously dedicated to sing about Surak's works and concepts. So here are some of the lyrics in English of this song, Ikushija Etek Salam. There was a time when environment shaped us, the way that wind shapes the sand, or fire shapes the volcano. Now we shape the wind. Nature yielded to the Vulcan mind many secrets. Logic became the cement of our civilization. We rose from chaos, using reason as a guide. Experience tells us that the sandstorm doesn't endure forever, and calm follows the storm. Nature always works for balance. Rather than divide us, the storm must bring us together. So for this particular song, I will use the Kathaira merely as a way to guide the rising of the tonality, precisely because the focus of this time are the words. si nam toritek zu gazitau su tranam torra et rafa wakshitau yagel famaran fi falak salam majlis fasharushan nam tora salma hagas we benjalat kan nashkur rashlat majif kan shok zwischen Weź nam torła, kroku żal, eksitredak, jut tego krzyża stalen mażyw, i krzyża jon, i krzyża łedek salan. Weź nam torła lat na kasze górgan su, łek cetlar. Szatelan shika gruterek, sutenywa jad etek, Vashatori tax nashak, isanut vayas mag kharatau sud hadar. Varte vishtaya tak, tari balash tagrajiv sarir pak, itan zahaltar ayal sarir, arkada marna valtaya, vado de sanitak, unkata teredur sarir edak. Vunza bulautak, na vulkantra, iglu varket, na vut devon, vavokautak, na dada haltor, samu mariutegut, unatetak, dagvasuna, And now I will go to the next song, which is called Kites. It is from the thread of Kites, or this song was actually from the song you just heard, was from the Thread of Life, the first part of the Kirshara. Instead, this is from the Thread of Kites. It is called Kites music. Kites could be translated in what is. And it is a concept that involves taking a situation that might be destabilizing for a logic or art discipline and turn it into something positive. So this musical style was created by a cathare player, and the concept of it is to choose very long phrases and sing or play in challenging situations. So for instance, today is perfect for practicing kites because all the distractions might trigger errors and the like. And of course, practice of kites is turning these potential mistakes into something positive. So here are some of the lyrics in English for this song. Artists and composers easily grasp the concept of kites. They use it without conscious thought. Even the best painters experience accidents. Paint is spilled, water is splashed, eager fingers leave stains. Some artists weep, believe their work is ruined. But the true artist fits the pen drip, watermark, or stain into the picture. This is Kites. But So now I will sing only part of the songs, obviously to stay in the half-hour presentation. So the next song I will sing should be taken from the thread of IDIC, but I chose to actually exemplify the IDIC music using a mantra by Surak that illustrates very well IDIC. And it says, "We have differences, together may we become greater than the sum of both." So legends says that Surak himself might have been the one creating that musical style in order to exemplify IDIC in a practical way. And the concept of this music is introducing into one song as much diversity as possible. So the logical scale can be something, sung lyrics and spoken lyrics, differences of rhythm, one phrase or one mantra with so many different melodies, difference of sounds, different voices applicable and the like. So here is for you this mantra. ما اتك نتيان تريتو لو شتو اتك ولأك كاو أفت أم اتك ما اتك نتيان تريتو لو شتو اتك ولو And now we will jump to the thread of respect with a song called Fmak Rarashtanaf, the Sanctuary of Peace, exemplifying the Fmak Rarashtanaf, the sanctuary music. I called this the turning point of my work because this musical style was created in the dawn of ages with a very mysterious function that was said to be the music that is taming the dragon, whatever the word dragon might have been meaning in the course of ages on Vulcan. So the concept of this song is to transport the listener or the singer or the player in their own sanctuary of peace, in another word. So obviously modern scientists see it more as triggering alpha brain waves or inner journey of meditation. The concept of this musical style is to choose very regular rhythm and melodies and introduce also micro silences like breath inside of the music. So here are some lyrics of this song in English. The deepest goal of the Vulcan soul is to find the source of sanctity. It can only be reached through discipline, respectful living, and daily contemplation. We must leave others the privacy of their minds and lives. We must reach out to others courteously and accept their reaching in the same way with careful hands. Das Wiederweih ist awakeness, Kutal Taritek Suchia, Shoma Golan Yujur, Kuplesh Etek Lestler, Vash Vifadun Tor. Nam toden gluterai, tu vulkan sukatrat al tor, shuka ult durvayas, ogububunau, ishbebait afar. Hayagad bosh, ikolat ganak gadik, Utzad rashatek, navad slar hawek es, tikashek lari hakivler. Unsabura uitek, navad sulek nuk es, in orpur tekulau, twauz begadu, Gelgular tundash. Das Wiederweih ist awakeness, Kuptal Taritek Suchia, Kishome Golan Yujur, Kuplesh Etek Lestler, Vash Vifadun Tor. So now I will proceed with a song that is not taken from any part of the Kirshara, because it is dedicated to the time before the Kirshara, and namely to the concept of dragon, Yoshulnak. I wrote this song thinking of the Katra of Terhassi, really this nature of the Vulcan people that can be seen as violence, but at the same time that gives the energy to be shaped. Just like now we shape the wind, this energy can be shaped into peace and logic. So the musical style it exemplifies is pretty much like an epic text, an epic poem, and it alternates sung lyrics with spoken lyrics. So here are some of the lyrics in English. They say there is life under the sand. They say it is you, dragon, Katra and heart of Terhassi, life, fire and energy of life. I happen to wander in the desert deep, hearing you whisper in my ear, words of wisdom, passion, life, and peace in the midst of war, ideals of unity around a drop of water. They say there is life under the sand. They say it is you, dragon, Katra and heart of Terhassi, fire and energy of life. Paveshtor a tornești gluz vi ashir, Juan jalt uduz vi kaluk. Jitler to kaush hakir, Isuchi as vitis fetna gaya, Tagut kaush has pathet masu. Tartaram, tanamtar hakir, nemajir, Tartaram, tanamtaradu, Yeshulnak, Katrei chazbot tifasi, Diana tapul taki, Diana tapul taki. have reached the latest part of the Kirchara that is being written. It's a work in progress. The thread is the thread of emotion. And actually I can say that it took to Sijan quite a long time to actually come up with it. So the song is called Pilashkinkur, the Golden River, exemplifying the Svitan Rarashtana, the center music. And the concept of this music is to exemplify actually the Golden River concept, which is from Surak, and it is the art of finding the point of stillness or the flow of stillness in the midst of raging emotions or chaos. I would say that it has common points with the FMAC Rarashtanaf, but the FMAC Rarashtanaf is really something for a meditative state. This instead is like in a situation like this, for instance, or red alert situation, it's like you need to find your point of stillness in an emergency situation, for instance. The concept of it is to play constantly all the notes like a cascade, to bring ideally the audience almost on a slight state of hypnosis, mesmerizing, so they can get inside of themselves and find the point of stillness. So here are some of the lyrics in English. Once you have thrown your patchtan, you have found the true center, the golden river, the lifeblood of the world. Emotions deeper and wider than those of any other known species allowed the Vulcans to survive and adapt in a capricious environment. But now, after many millennia of physical and civil evolution, even in a state of crisis, fear is our worst enemy. Where fear walks, anger is its companion. Behind them, hatred follows closely. This source or core of the individual is the patchtan. Once you have thrown your patchtan, you have found the true center, the golden river, the lifeblood of the world. Nam tor ptak, nem oddana rasa kost I tek. Urekne te ptak, nam tor rysian wysutliźle. Za au, byte altow nwen. Nasz szubarek widzianczy usu, nam tor paczten. Ułatki mogu szaldu paczten. Nie to do zwitanie, klimasz kilku, klimasz kilku. And to conclude this short presentation before allowing questions, I will sing for you a mantra I wrote myself recently. And it says, logic creates peace, peace creates unity, unity creates prosperity, prosperity creates possibilities, logic creates possibilities. for any questions. I think there is still time. Yes, there is about 10 minutes. And in any case, if you have questions and it's too late for you to ask questions, I will be around today and tomorrow, and you can have on my flyers, you can have my website, you can also scan the QR code here, and on the website there are all the videos, all the songs, all the writings. So I can see a lady here on the first row.
Hi, thank you so much. That was really beautiful and
Thank you.
inspiring. I briefly looked into how to learn Vulcan because I thought it would be interesting, but the resources seemed very limited. I was wondering, how did you find the resources and how long did it take you to become so well spoken in Vulcan?
Okay. So in 2014, I wrote a fan fiction, and I wanted some phrases in Vulcan. So I googled it, and I found this website, corsaya.org. And by then we were still in the Kelvin timeline, so Vulcan was destroyed. And as I said before, there was a kind of effort from the Vulcan community to create something or to gather information about Vulcan culture, because we were like, okay, now there are 10,000 Vulcans left in Star Trek. They are likely to be building their own world again and not anymore in Starfleet, so we won't see any Vulcan on screen. And the founder of Coursera.org is has actually worked on Into Darkness. He is Britton Watkins, and he coached Zoe Saldana with a Klingon. So I was really honored and privileged to have his advices and be coached for the pronunciation by him. And so he pointed me to, well, on Coursera.org there are some resources, but the main resource was the website from Mark Gardner, the Vulcan Language Institute. Unfortunately, the site at the moment is down, but the Vulcan community may manage to save the files, so eventually if we get in touch, I can forward them to you. There is also a great Facebook group that is called Vulcan Zoo, and it's really like supporting one another to learn Vulcan. Some years ago I tried even to have chats in Vulcan. There used to be a forum on corsaya.org, but unfortunately we were targeted by spammers and we had to close the forum. But it's all work in progress, so anyone interested in learning Vulcan, you just reach out and you get in the community. And to me, working on Vulcan language and music brings really a sense of calm, peace. So I can tell that it's working, at least for me. And I believe that in our world, it's so important at the moment to find inner peace. And I really loved, I don't know any one of you who were at Chase Matterson panel yesterday, and she was talking about how to create peace and how to fight bullyism. And she said something very beautiful, that bullies are really people who are wounded. So if we help them, as she is helping them to find that inner peace, then they grow up as adults that are respectful and happy with themselves, so not likely to be bullies anymore. So that's how I think the Vulcan culture can inspire us to find this inner peace in order to cultivate a peaceful world. And so, yeah.
Thank you much indeed, Patrice. It was a very beautiful music piece and very impressive indeed.
Thank you.
Could you address some of the difficulties there are trying to sing through Volcanso as well? And what kind of advice would you give to other people who are trying to learn how to sing or speak Volcanso as well, but to get the exact pronunciation and the accent right?
Okay, so I have to say that I'm kind of lucky, because as a kid I learned German and Spanish, and there is this sound that I know is very difficult. At least Britain told me that a lot of people had the issue with that. I'm also fluent in Italian, and there is that is also in Vulcan. So I was kind of I arrived a little bit more advantaged than other people. But I think it's a lot of listening, and even in learning other languages, my experience is if you listen, and especially here music can help a lot, because if you listen to a text, or even you learn by heart a text, it can go so far. Music sinks really in the unconscious mind, and you know, when you learn a song, or when you listen so many times to a song, it sticks in your head, you can't do anything else. So with that, you get also the memory of the accents and the pronunciation. So yeah, my advice would be, listening to my music, but also eventually, I know that, so now Sijan has the big project to have the audio of the Kirshara read by AI. Unfortunately, he told me that AI pronunciation is not really satisfactory, so I don't know where it's going to go. But I also recorded short videos about pronunciation, and again, you can reach out and we can work together for that. And I'd be happy to go to you if you are interested. Any other question?
No. So you're aroundable the rest of the time, so if people want to have a chat with you, you're happy to do that. We've got the QR codes. But for now, give him a round of applause. Thank you so much to Brian for singing Vulcan. Wonderful.
Tyv to Rasmus má.